Happy birthday, Gemini. This is the second message for you guys. We'll call this the bonus. I don't have a title just yet, but based off of events that happened earlier today, I'm basing this whole message off of that. By the way, my allergies are killing me. I just took my granddoggy out and I'm struggling here. I've sneezed so many times. I was fine before I went outside, but it's like pollen. I'm also hearing piling, like something piling on, something piling up. But anyway, let me not get off track. I mean, that could be part of it. But so for this message, I'm going to say it's you guys, but this could be reversed. And if this doesn't resonate with you, either it's not your message yet, or it could be someone on the outside of you that's kind of experiencing this with you or with someone. But this is kind of like, I'm going to change something up here. I'm going to do something differently, right? The reason somebody's wanting to change something up, whether it's a way they talk to you, whether it's a way they approach you, whether it's amp it up a little bit, which I've been getting amp it up lately. I don't know. Or maybe make something up to you if they feel like they've done anything. The reason they want to do that is because of how you are appearing to them. You're kind of appearing to be like not impressed, or you're not fazed. Like, let me think of an example. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but I don't know. Like, you seem to have pulled away, or you seem to have lost interest, or you seem to be losing, or have already lost, depending on, because everybody's on different timelines here, or you will in the near future, will seem to like just lose interest. It's like you're not impressed. Maybe it's something to do with your impression of someone, or vice versa, or someone on the outside of you. It's something to do with their impression on another. Like somebody here, it's just like, I'm just not sold on it. Okay, I'm getting a vision now. Thank you. I was trying to think of an example and they started to give me a vision. I see somebody house hunting, and they're going with their realtor and they're looking at homes and everything, and maybe even I'm hearing like rental properties, but I'm seeing this in a vision right now. And they're walking with this person, going to different places, driving, and there's a place that this realtor like really talked well about, you know what I mean? Like there's this place, right? And then as the person that they're showing this property to enters the home, they're kind of like, it's nice. I like it. It actually has some things I really like in here, and you know, it's got the bay window and it's got a really nice yard, and it seems to be pretty quiet out here. I mean, there's things this person really likes about the property, but they're not sold on it yet, you know? So they're like, well, take your time. We'll come back and look at this later. I know there's a lot of people interested in it, but you know, take your time. We'll come back and look at it later. Let's look at some more properties. So they look around and they go back to the same property that this person really did like, you know? I see them walking back in the home. And as this person enters again, they're kind of seeing something that they, or maybe several somethings that they just, I don't know, it's just not, it didn't grab them, or it doesn't grab them anymore. It didn't grab them like it did the first time. It didn't get their attention. It doesn't anymore. Not like it did the first time. Not quite like. And so the person turns to the realtor in my vision. It seems to be like this look of, I'm not that impressed. I'm not sold on it, you know? Unfazed type energy again. And the realtor's like, so what do you think? You know, expecting this person to kind of maybe give at least the same reaction that they had the first time or the first couple of times. You know, however many times I saw this property. In my vision, it's once, but it could be whatever. So for some of you, this could be an in and out, on and off type thing, or something like that. And this person looks at the realtor and is like, you know, not verbalizing what they don't like, or not verbalizing what they've decided this time doesn't really quite fit their needs, or isn't something that they're 100% looking for. You know, they don't want to settle. They want to get exactly what they're looking for, or get nothing at all and just kind of stay with what they've already got, or kind of move forward and wait a little longer to find the one that fits them, something, right? And instead of this person telling the realtor, you know, the things that they paid attention to this time that they didn't notice the first time, you know, they don't feel the need in doing that, because they're like, it's my decision ultimately, and I don't have to explain. It doesn't matter. It's just, I'm not really impressed, so I'd like to keep looking. Some of you are going to keep looking. You're going to stay on the market or something like that, or you're going to keep your options open, or somebody is here. Someone is, for those that this resonates with. And so I guess it does tie in, or it could tie into the first message, where somebody here was kind of just doing their own thing. It's like, I'm not going to jump on this, you know. At this moment in time, this is just, I'm not, it's just a no. Meanwhile, inwardly, they know all the things that over time, you know, as they looked closer and paid attention more, and just as time's gone on, that they don't really like. But instead of just being honest about it, or just being open, it doesn't have to do with them being dishonest, or just not being open about it because they don't feel the need. They're just kind of keeping it to themselves, like, it's almost like somebody here is kind of just let down a little, because, you know, because they do want something that feels like home. They do want something that is stable and is promising. They don't want something that just has potential. They want something that's promising. They don't want to get in there and then have all this work to do. Sure, are there going to be things they'll change? Maybe they'll paint the walls differently. Yeah. Maybe they'll change the countertops eventually, or extend onto the back of the house. Possibly, right? Now, this has nothing to do with property, unless it does, which of course, you know, it might. But I think this is about a person, like two people. It's like, I don't want like a fixer-upper, or I don't want like, I have a very specific vision of what I want for my life, and it's a little disappointing to come back in here and this time I'm like just seeing some things that I wasn't the first time, or I'm just, maybe they're not seeing things that they don't like, but they're not seeing things that they do love. You know, it's just, you know, it's not that promising. I want something that grabs me. I want something that's like, I want to walk into a home and the home tells me, we have a story together. I was built for you to live here, even if the house was built before and had plenty of other people that lived in it before, you know, or a few other owners. It doesn't matter. The idea here is, I want the right fit for my life, and even if there's nothing wrong with this house, the house is the house. I mean, the house is the way that it was meant to be, I guess. I mean, of course, everything can have little changes and little tune-ups here and there, and little tweaking some things, but it's just not for me. I'm not sold on it. So maybe we should title this bonus, Are You Sold on It Yet? Even if it's not you and this is reversed, or vice versa. So let's say, I'm going to switch it a little. Let's say you guys are interested in someone and you're kind of wondering what's going on with this person. Either they're not sold on you yet, but it's not like, oh, there's something wrong with you. There's things that they've noticed over time is like, needs to be worked on, or no, it's just that they don't know if it's the right fit, or it has nothing to do with you, and they had another person in mind perhaps, and they're realizing those people aren't for them, which would mean they're open now for, like, someone's on the market. But either way, going back to you, just so I don't get confused, again, remember to reverse it if you need to. This is a very important decision that somebody takes really seriously. Important as in, having somebody in my life is very important. right? Is that how you guys feel? Choosing to have a person in my life on an intimate level, and I mean intimate, like I tell you things, I let you in to my close inner circle. I open my heart to you, I open my home to you, I open my family to you. I mean, I need to know like what this is. I need to know that this is a good fit. And at this point, I'm just not convinced, I'm not sold, or maybe this person's been disappointed, or you, I want to say it's you. Maybe someone here has been let down by someone or disappointed or just kind of like, like I'm not as enthused about it. I'm not as excited anymore. And let's say it's not a personal thing, which I got in Taurus's message. Let's say you just have somebody that is interested in you or vice versa, and it has nothing to do with, oh, there's something here, I'm not sold on you, or you're not sold on them. Maybe it's just love in general. Somebody's like, it's really hard for me to get excited about a relationship. It's hard for me to get excited about love. It's hard for me to get excited about flirting. It's hard for me to get, yeah, I can feel the moments, I can have moments where I get, I feel some type of way, but just as soon as I start to feel some type of way, it's gone. It's like a mood swing. Like, I've got things I worry about, like bills and my mental sanity and the happiness of those that I so most love, which would not be many. And so I can be happy all day. I can find something that, I'm excited about, makes me feel great. But what's it gonna make the people around me feel like? Is this even something I want to do at this time? Like, what is it really offering me? Because at this point, if it's just, I'm hearing that, I'm not sure that that's something I want. Like, I want more. I want something deep. I want intimacy. I want true intimacy. And I want it on the deepest fucking level. I want to dive in those waters, and I want to find the sunken treasure. I want to find the underwater town that was long since forgotten. I want something that has depth. I need that. I need something that has laughter. I need something that is promising. Now, of course, there's not many promises here on this earth, are there? It's almost like someone here, I get him. I totally get them. This reminds me a lot of Taurus's message. I totally get this person. If this is you, I get you, like 100%. But to other people, maybe they haven't been hurt as much, or maybe they live in a different world in their mind. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm not saying they live in a fantasy land. They're just different, This is someone who's probably been either disappointed a lot, they've been hurt a lot, they can't afford to waste their time. If this is you, you can't afford to waste your time. Maybe you can, but you're not going to. It's like not worth it. This is somebody who's had to struggle a whole lot, who's had to constantly start over. This could be a life path 5, or the number 5 or the number 14 is really specific to someone here, but 5s are always about change. Change. They have a hard time getting comfortable somewhere before they're up and having to change again. It's just part of their life path, or yours, somebody here. Even if that's not their life path, it's just, this is something that someone probably has experienced a lot. And yes, it's grown them, but they're probably even more, I'm hearing, like mature for their age, no matter how old they are. They grew up really fast because they had to. And this is someone that like they've had to do the majority of living in life on their own, even if this is someone who's been in relationships long term. If they have, or you, they did the majority of everything on their own. They held it together. They were the glue. This is the glue. This is a very strong person. You are a very strong person. Or the one on your mind, if it's them, very strong individual. But it's, if you think about what what somebody had to go through to get them to where they are, to that level, it can be really sad. So it's like they know sooner, like they do want to play, they do want to tap into that child inside of them, you know, like the child in them. But as soon as they do, it's like they protect her or they protect him. Like they're like, nope. They like step in, like their higher self steps in front of the child in them and is like, all right, that's enough play for the day. You go inside and lay down. It's like, good night, sir. Good night, ma'am. They get just close enough, but then they have to like mother themselves or they have to father themselves so that they don't go, you know, so they don't drown. They're very protective of themselves, and they don't, this is not an impulsive person, I'll tell you that. That doesn't mean they haven't been impulsive, or that they don't still have a tendency to be impulsive. I feel like they do. That's the weird thing. The weird thing is that on the inside of somebody, their actual spirit is very carefree, and very whimsical. Like, it doesn't seem like it, does it? But I can feel this person, like, or you, somebody here is very lighthearted, but they do not appear like that on the outside. Or maybe if they do, they shut that shit off quick. So I would say this is someone who probably doesn't give people much leeway, much leniency, because life hasn't given them fucking much leniency, has it? It's not been fucking kind. This isn't a victim. This isn't someone who thinks like a victim. In fact, that's why they're not saying all the things that they need. They probably have a hard time asking for help. Because anytime they did, or if anyone offered it and then they accepted, it was thrown back in their face or used against them somehow in the end. So they were just like, they don't do it anymore. You see what I'm saying? This, I would say it's probably easy to fall in love with this person. But they're very lovable. I absolutely adore this individual. If this is someone else, they probably very much adore you. If this is your energy, they adore the fuck out of you. If this is you, you adore the fuck out of this person. And they're like this because it's like somebody here can see through someone. They can tell. They just want to love this person. They just want to play. It's like, I'm out to play. Come out to play. It reminds me of the play I just took my daughter to. Both my daughters. The Frozen play where she's like, do you want to build a snowman? And then I did a little spoof video about it. But it's like, yeah, I'd like to build a snowman. But, well, we're not going to do that today, are we? There's other things that we have to do. Nobody's going to do it for me. Nor am I going to ask. Nor will I probably accept if it's offered. Because there's no guarantee it's not going to be tried, taken right back from me or something, And now if this is anyone where there's two people here and somebody has done someone wrong or just kind of fucked up in some way or just kind of, I don't know, did something to make someone not very proud of them or not very happy with them. I think that someone's like, I want to change, I want to work on it, I'm going to make it better, I want to keep doing this and working on it, I'm going to keep trying, we can get back on track or something. And someone's like, they want to, but then they don't want to, and then they want to, and then they don't want to. It's like, I love you, I have feelings for you, I care for you, yes, we have good memories, or yes, I feel like we could make memories, but at the same time, shit just doesn't, it has a fucked up little way of letting me down. I'm just not even gonna get excited about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that's wrong. Some people might say that's negative or that's I don't think that's wrong. I think you have a right to be like that if you want to, you know what I mean? I don't think this is an unhappy person. I think they're very happy. I think they're content because they probably have less stress in their life because they have less people in their life. You know what I mean? Amen, sister. Like, this is somebody who has less stress in their life because they only have limited access. They don't let anyone in. So if no one can get in, then no one can get out. if you, this is someone who's very content in their own energy. If this is you, you're very content in your own energy. You don't come from a place of, I feel like I need people. I don't mind having connections, but I'm also very open, meaning anytime I do make a connection with anyone, friendship, acquaintance, any connection I make with anyone on the outside of my little small bubble, my little circle, being my family, my children, if this person has children, you have children, or a child, animals, definitely. It's like, aside from that, I meet you, I am grateful for that exchange and experience of energy, and I take whatever I need to take from it, be it a lesson, be it just positive energy, and I give to you in return what you've given to me energetically, and I go about my way. Don't think about it ever again. Maybe in passing, but it's not something I like stay stuck on and I obsess about. I'm okay. Like, this is somebody who's very practical. They're very logical, even though on the inside they have a youthful, very fiery spirit who would love to be like a wild horse. You know what song this reminds me of? I haven't channeled this song in a really long time or thought of it in a while, but it's a song that I used to listen to on repeat because I stim a lot. I have an issue with stimming. Like, I will get hung up on like certain foods for a while, or I'll get hung up on certain music, and I will replay that shit on repeat. It's called Wild Horses. Some of you may be seeing wild horses. Pay attention to horses, or something to do with horses is very significant here, but wild horses, or just horses in general. You may be driving and see a horse in a picture. Maybe you have horses or horse pictures, or grew up on a farm, or had something to do with horses. It's very specific here. Wild Horses by Natasha Bedingfield. Listen to some of these lyrics. I'm going to read them, okay? This is this person, or this is you. I feel these four walls closing in, face up against the glass. I'm looking out. Is this my life? I'm wondering. It happened so fast. How do I turn this thing around? They grew up very fast. You grew up fast. Somebody here grew up fast. They even wish, they like reminisce on their childhood, like they wish they could go back and be a child again. Maybe this person became a parent really young, or somebody did. You? Maybe not. Maybe something happened to them. They saw a lot that they shouldn't have seen. How do I turn this thing around? Is this the bed I chose to make? There's greener pastures I'm thinking about. Wide open spaces far away. Like somebody almost like feels like they're in the wrong lifetime. Like, they're gonna get through it. This isn't someone who's like schmuicidal. This isn't someone who wants to, they're not gonna do that. This isn't someone who's gonna check out of life early. They're gonna ride it out until it naturally happens and occurs. But they're very comfortable with the idea of death. They're comfortable with, this is someone who's not shocked by a lot. There's such a, this is like, again, and I got realist in Tauruses. This is a realist. But they often think about like what their life would be had they chose to make different decisions, and they don't want to do that anymore. You see what I'm saying? Like, they don't, or you. I keep saying they, but this could be you. All right, anyway. All I want is the wind in my hair, to face the fear but not feel scared. They do have some fear in there, although they don't show it. That's why they protect the inner child in them so much, because he or she tends to run amok, run wild, and they have to tame her or tame him to protect it. Wild horses, I want to be like you, throwing caution to the wind. I'll run free too. I wish I could recklessly love like I'm longing to. Oh, that makes me want to cry. I haven't heard this in forever. I can almost remember it without looking. I want to run with the wild horses. I would love to love. I would absolutely love to. I would love to have the little, idea that I had when I was a child. Absolutely. But that's just not my reality, is it? And it's not sad. It's not woe is me. This is why this person doesn't open up about it. It's why they don't say it. And if they do, it's not often. They'll drop the bomb and close the door, so to speak, Like, that's it. That's it. I see the girl I want to be, riding bareback, carefree along the shore. If only that someone was me, jumping headfirst, headlong, without a thought. To act and down the consequence. How I wish it could be that easy. But fear surrounds me like a fence. I want to break free. All I want is the wind in my hair to face the fear but not feel scared. She just repeats it. It would be nice to give you what you're wanting from me. It would be nice to give you again what we used to have, if it's something that you used to have with somebody, because there's different scenarios here. It would be nice to let loose, but that's just not my reality. It bites me in the ass every time, and I can't let her out of this fence. It kind of reminds me of the movie Tuck Everlasting. If you've never seen the movie Tuck Everlasting, you guys should watch it. I don't want to go into the whole spiel because I think I'm nearing the end of the video. I've got what we needed. But in that movie, I think her name was Winnie or Winifred. Don't hold me on that, but I think it was Winifred. Could be getting that mixed up with Hocus Pocus. Somebody could even be like in a, you know, they're just very magical here, very in tune with nature and people. So they can read people well. That's even worse. Somebody here can read people well. If they can do that, or you, that's just more like, what do you want from me? You know what I mean? Like, I can see things before they happen. Not always, but a lot of times I can see around the corner, like those mirrors that you put. You see those mirrors on the side of the road? So if you're coming around a big curve, they have those mirrors. I don't know if they have that everywhere, wherever you are in the world. Sometimes they have these like round mirrors. Look them up on Google, and you can like see what's coming around the curve. Those are actually very, very helpful. That's how this person is, their consciousness, or yours. But anyway, in the movie, she was like staring always outside the fence because her mom was really strict and never wanted to let her outside of the fence into the woods. And she got out one day. But that's like this person, or this is your inner child, like longing to get out and just like, please, I won't be impulsive again. I won't get hurt. I won't. Just trust me, why don't you? And the higher self here is like, I have trusted you. You can play in here. You can run in here. You can be yourself in here. I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to harm you. And I'm not going to let you harm yourself like you've done before. But if you want out of this fence, sorry, we're a package deal. This is someone talking to their inner child. This is why they appear to be so shut off or in and out, or kind of, sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not, because of this right here, or this is you. All right, guys, we're going to leave it there. Thank you for being here with me. Happy birthday again, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.